Dear viewers of the Tom Photo channel, why do we still bother to hike for hours to take a photograph when AI can generate the perfect landscape in seconds? As photographers, amateurs and professionals alike, are we losing our hobby and our jobs to AI? This is where I have an opinion, and I'm very eager to discuss it with you in the comments. I was already reluctant when film photography was replaced by digital. All of a sudden, the effort I had made over the years to get to the point where I thought I was okay at photography was largely cancelled. It no longer mattered much that I had figured out how to expose, compose, develop, and enlarge. Others took a shortcut to the finish line where I stood. The only difference was that I was sweaty and muddy holding my trophy, while the others were clean, shiny, happy, and well-rested, with a similar trophy. My skill no longer mattered that much. Most people could be photographers now, and people started to evaluate good photos differently, often looking past skill and artistic aspects. Phones with cameras took it to the next level. Now we, the photographers, are feeling something similar again. Only this time the tidal wave that is approaching is larger and bound to do much more than just shake the industry. It looks like it's going to level the ground entirely, and maybe even make photographers extinct. Much like what is happening to software engineers. Now everyone and their grandma can write professional code. I was worried, and I was not put at ease by the thought that even if photography as a profession disappears, you can still photograph for your own enjoyment, quietly, without telling anyone. That was not good enough for me. However, recently I've started thinking a bit differently, because I'm seeing something I'd almost call resistance or even an uprising. I've met people who get angry when they see AI-generated images. I've met people who demand to know upfront whether the video they are about to watch used AI at any stage of production. I see the pendulum swinging to the other side. AI saturation has led to overboil, and people are starting to feel seasick. Why do you think the Casio F91W is the most sold watch in the world, even though it was developed at the end of the 1980s? Because people get tired of intense racing in directions they don't really care about. First came expensive Swiss watches, turning watch ownership into a parade of money. Then came faceless activity monitors, signaling the need to always be connected, always be efficient, never slowing down. Going back to a retro classic sends a message to slow down and enjoy what you already have, instead of racing in random directions all the time. I'm feeling the same sentiment in photography. AI-generated images have become a been-there-done-that experience for viewers. We all know that getting a perfect nature scene is just a matter of typing a few words into a prompt and downloading the result. Even a kid in a free candy store eventually gets tired and wants to go home. The AI world may cause a surge in authenticity, and not just authenticity, but super authenticity. Photos that were clearly taken by a human being have value because you sense presence and intent. It's a focused feeling. It's communication. The pendulum may swing back even further. I predict that retro lenses will make an even bigger comeback than they already have. Imperfection will be in fashion again. People will unknowingly embed the message "not done by AI" into their photos, and that message will scream loudly and far. AI simply won't give you a way to define yourself or truly differentiate. But we as human beings want to stand out and be recognizable. And to be recognized, I might add. Film photography is still not completely dead. The ashes are still hot. I see people in their 20s wanting to buy their first film camera. They want to visit the world of my childhood. Do you know what we really need to be afraid of? When AI acquires bodies in the form of robots, and those robots start taking photos with retro cameras. Now that'll be a sight, and it might happen. So no, I'm not selling my Helios 44-2 now to some human. I'm selling it in 5 or 10 years to a robot with a ton of money. A robot who wants to stand out, be recognized, and maybe even hates AI. A robot who wants to be one of us. Thanks for listening to this little essay I wrote while thinking about the future of the world, and as part of it, the future of photography. You can show your love for old-fashioned photography by subscribing and liking. Please let me know what you think about this topic in the comments. And yes, the thumbnail of this video was made with AI. A good robot friend of mine made it. He wants to be a photographer one day. See you soon. Goodbye.